with that one. This crowd's finally in the stadium right now. The Beltway give them purple.
Chip Kelly now all of a sudden, he shift gears to the other side of all this. We brought up earlier. I think a lot of people are figuring, and I think you get way too far ahead of yourself to say the Cowboys today are going to lose at home to the Denver Broncos. It's just that's a given. Now it's a pretty good team. But should that happen?
Welcome to my store.
With Philadelphia's win today, and with a 15-point lead under 6 minutes to go, that's a pretty safe bet. The Eagles conceivably, by the time they put their heads on the pillow tonight, could be in a first-place tie atop this NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys. Could be.
And they recognize what's out in front of them. The coaches and the players lie all the time saying, we're just focused on this game. Well, yeah, they are. But they also recognize what's coming up is a very winnable 4 games, including this game, 5 games in total, that they came through a tough step. Record on the first 4 games of the teams they played was 11-5. Record of the teams coming up, including this, is 2-14. That's a much more pliable schedule. Momentum is huge in this league, and they have a chance to get that momentum.
Third down pass completed. You notice here before that third down, this is something that Chip Kelly took a lot of heat over in that game against San Diego. They continued in their hurry-up mode. They took it down the field. They got a field goal, but they only burned a minute and a half off the clock. It gave Phillip Rivers and the Chargers a minute 50 to play with all their timeouts. They go down the field, kick a game-winning field goal. That last time he had his entire team standing on the play, letting that play clock go all the way down to 2.
Yeah, you can control the clock, even in no huddles to a certain degree. But that is a factor in those 2 games you alluded to, San Diego and Kansas City. The time of possession was big. It was a factor. This is where you'd like to be able to finish out a game.
What? This is the game, man.
Mentality that we're talking about.
Connection sucks, yo.
Penalty on the play. But you got to come out of that base and be able to finish a game in a 4-minute mentality where you got to run the clock down.
This could be a huge penalty. This could be all but a game-ending penalty if this is against the Giants. Because it would be, I believe, depending, of course, what kind of penalty, it could be a first down. If it's against the Eagles, Tom Coughlin will make a free punt.
We have 3 fouls on the kicking team, an illegal shift, we have an illegal motion, we have holding number 50 on the kicking team. That penalty will be accepted, 10 yards, 4 fouls.
But now if you're Chip Kelly, which of those penalties you get the most upset about? You got a whole laundry list of them.
You better hope it was more than one guy. You don't want to be the one guy. Please, God, let somebody else have done something as well.
Casey Matthews was the one they ultimately got. But now they'll back him up 10 yards and punt it again. So a difference between the ball to 20 and the ball to 1. So we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Philadelphia Eagles. On the road at winless Tampa Bay next week. That's with a quarterback making his 2nd career start. They've got the Cowboys and the Giants back-to-back at home. Go out west to the Raiders. Green Bay, you see they're 2-2. That's based on their big win today. They just routed the Lions.
Yeah, that's a workable schedule. It's one game at a time. All they're going to want to talk about is Tampa Bay. I get that. But this was a confident group, and that was on Friday. And I think part of that confidence was the fact that they see what's in front of them. They feel very good about where they're at, and they're a healthy team right now, notwithstanding the hamstring leg effect. Well, let's take some shots now, guys. I understand running the ball to set some things up, but you don't have time for that.
I don't know, Brian, perhaps the handwriting should have been very clearly written on the wall. When you and I had a chance to see these Giants in Carolina 2 weeks ago, they were just just shellacked by the Panthers, who of course had not won a game. I guess we're so used to seeing Tom Coughlin, New York Giants teams to get together and to be there when it matters the final 3, 4, 5 weeks of the season. And they're in 3 minutes away and 40 seconds from being on top.
Characteristic of that, what did we see today? Lack of running game, penalties at key times to kill offensive drive, and not a lot of pressure on the down 4 and the defense of the New York Giants.
We have obviously not given the Eagles a victory yet. When you go to Chicago, a team that was kicked around today by New Orleans. Minnesota off this week after playing in London. And the Giants go down the road to Philly before a bye week.
I'm sure they originally thought that bye week was in a great spot. They probably prefer a little further than to see people develop.
Curry who wrapped up Eli Manning. There you talk about, well, this is a third rounding penalty against Manning today. Yep.
Pitch around it, 10. Offense, ball did not get back to the previous one. Once down, second down.
Well, clearly he's outside the pocket. Once you get outside the tackle box, that ball has to clear the line of scrimmage, and it does not.
Damn.
To go. Second down. Manning is going to throw it in a double coverage, looking for Jernigan. And it's back away.
Well, in case you didn't hear me the first time, Tom, Fox tonight, the scariest night of the year, unless you're a Giants fan, that would be tonight. Comes early to animation domination with all new Halloween episodes, including The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror. All new tonight, starting at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Eli Manning has not lost 5 consecutive games since he started his career 0-6 as a Giants starting quarterback in November of 2004. And ironically enough, it came against a Michael Vick team back in those days, the Atlanta Falcons. And Eli sacked back in the 19-yard line, 4th down. And they're going to punt it. Benny Logan, the rookie out of LSU, getting his first career sack. That's a young man who was very much overshadowed at LSU, all the great defensive players they had on that team under Les Miles. But he wore the jersey number 18 at LSU, and that is given to the player who has great character and great leadership playing for the Bengal Tigers. Now getting a chance in the NFL. Delores Johnson breaks it up to the 40-yard line. 2:34. And 2:33 is where it stops to play.
Well, you talked earlier about the ability to finish out a game by play calling, by formation, by play type. Here for Philadelphia, it's real clear cut. I'm going to be interested to see how Chip Kelly orchestrates. If they can get a first down inside of the 2-minute, currently 2:33, with no timeouts by the Giants, the game is over. Now you're just talking about taking the knees, and it's done.
Another stat the Giants don't want to hear about. 5th consecutive game, allowing 31 points or more. That ties an NFL record set by the 1954 Chicago Cardinals. Bryce Brown on first down across the 45 up to the 47. And we check in once more with Joel Platt.
All right, thank you, Tom. And we go to Indianapolis. 4th down, last chance for the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And he is picked off by Darius Butler. And the Colts will win this one. Seattle falls from the ranks of the unbeaten 34-28. Tom, Brian, and Laura.
So a couple of teams, as you mentioned, gone from the ranks of the unbeaten today.